I am a 32-year-old African woman. I am born to Rwandese parents. I was born in Ethiopia. My family's lived in Ethiopia, in Rwanda, in Kenya, in Swaziland, and in Namibia. I am the firstborn of 4 girls, so come from a big family, a very social, bubbly, interacting type of family. This has, I guess, raised or influenced my love in people, my love for and in humanity, and my big interest in our collective well-being. I love people, that's the bottom line. When I was making a decision for going to university, I definitely did not think, UNAM was not on my priority list, and I did not want to go to UNAM. I fought it tooth and nail. And eventually, this is what happened. I went to UNAM, and I interacted with the rest of Namibia for the first time in my life. Different social classes, different language groups, different Africans from other parts of the continent. And I started to understand a lot of things that I did not understand before. That put me onto a spiritual path and a path of inquest and questioning so many things about life. UNAM. Yeah, going to UNAM. That was single-handedly the most life-changing experience of my life. In my 3rd year, when Dr. Zealand came to me and spoke to me about starting an after-school program as part of his PhD, I came on board, and that would be the 2nd most life-changing experience. And this is how we started working on the program. And that was at the end of 2002. And in 2003, we opened our doors to young people. We opened to about 40 kids from Nyanyonka Africana, grade 10 learners. And it was just really the program. The idea was to see the role of sports at youth risk. And we thought we'd be doing it for a year and we'd close our doors and life would continue. But so many things happened. I'd always had a lingering question around the disparities, around why the kids on this side of town really don't do well. And, you know, I didn't have answers, but every single day, from the very first day we started, the answers came to light. What we did with the program is we started to set expectations for kids, which was, I think, a completely new concept. And in addition to setting expectations for them and their achievements, the schools started to set expectations and they started to deliver and to meet on them, and things started to change. And when we were able to see different results, because kids who were not passing were passing, kids were making national teams in sports, I mean, everything was just so normal, and it was such a simple solution that we decided to stick to it. And we've been going, and this is 10 years down the road. And the one thing we did realize is that when you are committed to bringing quality programming, and when you are committed to seeing change, it's possible. How have things changed for Pay? So many different ways. One, we've got our own venue, you know, this building at the back, which was given to us by the Directorate of Youth. And having your own space always makes things just so much easier. We offer programs that are really exciting. We teach kids how to swim, and we've got a huge cycling team. And so children are no longer dropping out of school because they don't have transport, because they get, you know, bicycles. And what we have found in the last 3 or 4 years taking that approach is that we harness such large results. Kids do well. Kids do really well. They're able to compete with kids with so much more access to resources, because they feel happy and they feel that you're meeting what, you know, they feel heard, and they push themselves to do so much more, and they have so much more self-confidence, and they, you know, it builds a sense of vision for them, and possibility becomes a reality. I think we're creating more change now than ever before. You know, in 2009, I left the Pay program and I was working for a major development agency. And by 2010, I had left the agency, and I figured, you know, this is how life works. I'll be taken care of. I am safe. And yet, that's not my experience when I left. I struggled to get work. I opened a consultancy firm, and I was not getting work in, and I got 2 or 3 jobs, and then I wouldn't get paid and things wouldn't work out. The worst time would have been the day I had to move back home. I was 30 years old. As I said, I'm the firstborn, and I'm the only person who lives at home at my parents' house. And that morning when I was packing up and moving home and feeling like such a failure and thinking, what have I done? And I cried and I had no answers, and I had so much self-doubt, you know, so much self-doubt. And that was the lowest point of my life. And waking up that morning, packing up the car, moving back to my parents' house, and then making a decision to say, every day you must wake up and live and start again. Though I couldn't get work, one of the things that had upset me, one of the worst things that was going on, is that the Pay program had fallen apart. So I said, okay, I know how to work with the Pay program. I've done that for 7-8 years. So I came back to the center, and step by step, slowly by slowly, we started to to build the organization. And in great retrospect, it was good because my understanding of self and of people has changed, and my value systems are sort of unconditional now. The biggest life lesson, and I carry it with me every single day, no matter what decision I have to make, is be still. And so I've learned to keep quiet, to be still every single day, and even in the toughest of situations, and even in the most difficult of circumstances, and just hear that voice that speaks to me, and then make a decision from that place. Because the voice comes and you know what to do, and it will determine your next step, and it's always going to be the best step for you. And it's always going to make things better when you're not just towing the line to meet somebody else's agenda, when you're not panicking and making everything worse for yourself and those around you. So I have learned to be still, and it has enriched me because I'm not a quiet person, but taking that time to be quiet and to think things through has shown to be so productive, because in the last year and a half, well, since the end of 2011 until now, I have made more progress because of using this way of life and because of the difficulties that have happened than I have made in the 20 years before that. Take time to think, take time to know who you are, recognize what is your life's purpose. It usually comes from that thing that makes you so happy. And once you are happy with it and comfortable with it, pursue it. Be unashamed about the pursuit of your happiness and your life's purpose, because the world will be a better place because you had courage.